Hello everybody, this is Joseph Cowan of Historic Sulphur Springs, Arkansas on Facebook, and today I'm going to try and make a decent video on taking a little tour of Hibler, which is what we're on now, named after Charles Hibler, the founder of the town. And we're going to go down here and go to the end of that, turn on Spring, and I'm just going to try and just name off some history stuff as we go. This place here is a two-story hotel when it was first built, more like a bed and breakfast. This is where I lived when I did live in Sulphur. There used to be a church that sat on this property and it burned down years ago, and this house was built in the foundation. Then behind here is the John Brown campus, or known as the Kilburg Hotel, Mountain View Hotel. We got the Livingston Hotel, which is the long building. The post office is right there. The post office has been in several different parts of this town throughout the years. I'm not sure exactly what street it started on though. Okay, that building over there, which I just covered last week, turns out to be the original Sulphur Springs mail carrier, and he would park his horses and buggy, if I remember correctly, in there. Very cool, and it still stands today, and that has stood since the 1800s as far as I'm concerned. And then same for these buildings here. Well, let me get a better view of all this. Okay, when I first moved here, I knew this place as Cat's Corner, and then it became Steve's Place, and then it became, there's been different things, and there was also an older gentleman that lived in there, and he played a lot of harmonica and guitar and stuff. I'd hang out with him back when I lived here. I'm told, I've never been up there, there's a full-on basketball court on the second story of this side of the building. That's very cool as so, and I would love if anyone on this page could get me in there. That'd be really cool. Let's get a closer look. This entire limestone building was built in the 1880s, if I'm correct. And have been used as many different things throughout their many years of being here. You can see the sidewalk has been redone very well. It looks nice. I remember doing lots of events inside this door, behind these doors, and they would do karaoke and stuff. This would have been Steve's Place, the restaurant. And I'm sure you guys remember these as many other things too. I'm also told that this was the Stout's Grocery, or what's the word? I don't remember, sadly. But this was that Stout's store that I posted recently, so I'm told, so it does still stand. This patio was built on recently within the past 10 years. Then we got the local business of Leroy's Cafe, the best food you can get in town. And when I lived here, it was Cowboy Cafe. And then it turned into a thrift store, and then it was the break room, and I think another thrift store, and now it's Leroy's Cafe. There used to be a farmhouse that sat here. Horses would be running around here once upon a time. Okay. This is more of Leroy's, and ain't trying to videotape anybody while they're eating, so. We got an old Dr. Pepper machine here. There used to be an old Pepsi machine that stood right there, and it got taken out years ago, but sometimes you could put a penny in it and you'd get lucky and you'd get a 1-cent soda. This is used as a church today. I want to say these are owned by the same people, but now this is the bank, and this was built, I want to say, all the way down to the mid-1870s, but there's also a famous bank robbery that happened here in the 1920s, if I remember it correctly, and I don't remember, I think it was the banker, but he was left dead right here after it was all over, and I think there were 3 people that were a part of that on the robbery. There used to be a grocery store that stood right here, really big one. Like I want to say it was kind of like these buildings. Stood right here, and I'm told that a drunk driver actually drove through it a long time ago and also crashed into the side of that building after doing that. But thankfully that building was able to be saved. They had to tear this building down. It don't exist no more. But this right here used to be an old gas station. There's still a Hunt Brothers Pizza sign on the back side of it. Now, right here, that's the old mineral bathhouse, which is the museum today. We're at the entrance to the park. I've made various posts on that. I'm told that building came from the Ozark colony. It was moved down here. Okay. I don't remember exactly how old this building was. The owner of it told me in the past, but it was also built in, I want to say, the 1870s, 1880s. It's used as also, I was told this was a Greyhound bus stop in front of it at one point. It was an ice cream shop, souvenir shop at one point. And then it was, I want to say it was used as the locomotive shop or something like that. And then Ozark Water and Air. Now we're at the laundromat. I'm not sure what all this building has been used for throughout the years. I want to say these were actually used as extra dorm houses during the John Brown years of Sulphur, which would have been the 1920s through 30s. And then in the 40s it became a military academy. These are all apartments today, but have stood for many, many years. Just the front of that building. There used to be a large 2-story hotel right there, where the fire department now stands. Burned down or got demolished many, many years ago, but it was just as, it was a house, wooden house, but it was just as big as that building there. I'm not sure what this building was used for back in the day, but it is an apartment today. This building was used as the first Insel Beads, which is a business that's on the back side of Gravit today. I'm pretty sure they got their start in here, and there is still an Insel Bead sign right there. I want to say another gas station stood right here at one point in time. I'm not sure. I'm sure I'll find a picture at some point. But this building has sadly sat abandoned as far as I'm concerned for many years now, and it's really sad. The sidewalk I'm walking on would have taken you all the way straight to the Kansas City Southern Sulphur Springs train depot. This sidewalk was put in 1910, the same year that depot was built. The depot was sadly torn down in 1977 though. This church here, that was built on later. That right there though, used to be a bank. Sulphur did have another bank, but it was, if I was told, it was only a bank for 1 year, and that was it. That was it. Now here, we're coming up on the old Ford line, or factory, or whatever you wanted to call it. Here's a better view of the old bank. It's a church now, Seventh-day Adventist church. They used to sell old Ford cars in here. It says right there, built in 1922. They tried turning this into a recreational center for kids and teens and stuff recently, but I guess it didn't work out. That red house, there used to be the, I don't exactly remember the name of it off the top of my head, but there was a really beautiful big hotel that stood there once upon a time ago. Get some more house. This is another view of the old bank. This is the end of looking down Spring Street towards the park. Right here is a pear tree, and yes, it does still produce pears. It is on private property though, as far as I'm concerned, so you just know it's there. It's really cool, because I didn't even know that was a pear tree till recently. You can still see some of the foundation, because this house was built within the foundation of that hotel. The steps that lead up are original as far as I'm concerned, and a lot of this foundation here is the original foundation of that hotel that once stood right here. And the people would get off the trains right there, and they'd come and they'd stay in this hotel. And it was also owned by the mayor, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, here's the original steps. Beautiful. It's another one of the long limestone buildings used as apartments today. I've been in every single one of the apartments because I've known at least one person to live in every single one of them. And let's go to the last spot. Okay, now like I said, this sidewalk This is where it becomes ruins. It would have kept going and people would have walked right through here. You can't walk through it anymore because it's so overgrown, and this area has been abandoned since before 1977. The train station had already been, but you can see the siding of the sidewalk, it's buried all the way down. And then this road, here's a better view of that, would have kept going. It stayed paved, it crossed the tracks. There was a bridge you could drive over there, and then there was a pedestrian bridge, which I just posted. My goodness, sorry guys. Yesterday, was it over there or right there? It's on one of them sides. But this would have taken you straight to the depot. Now let's go there, to the ruins of it anyways. There was another building that stood right there, but I'm not sure what. Somebody on this page can hopefully let us know in the comments. Then the sidewalk would have ended right here, and then it became steps. Whoa! At the very end. And then you would walk here, and then boom, it'd be up here. It was considered one of the biggest and nicest depots in the state. And it was the end of the line for a certain period of time. So the tracks would stop in Sulphur and the trains would turn around. They couldn't go any farther. And this is where it stood. There's some of the original road that was here once upon a time ago. And the depot was big. The depot was big. It just kept going. It doesn't stop right here. You cross this pile of rocks and debris and wood. And it just keeps going. And over here is where the boiler room or whatever it was called was. And it's got a much thicker and taller foundation to it. And we're still on the depot. Hey, there's a cat. And we're still on the depot. It's incredible. See, still on it. We're all the way down here now. But we're at 12 minutes. I think I did pretty good in this video. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all your support, for my love for this town, and how much I'm trying to get the information out so you guys can know it all too. Thanks for watching, and thanks for all the support.